down, even though we normally would write this down. We're going to be talking about multiplication, which we've been talking about for the last several days, if not weeks. And there's a couple of ways we can show multiplication. Think back to some of the activities that we have done this past 2 weeks. What did we do? How did we use multiplication? Paxton, find a new spot, please. How did we show multiplication? What did we do? Addison, what did we do?
We showed multiplication
Uh-huh.
by groups.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, in that picture, it shows groups of 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be 4 in our multiplication.
So I'm hearing that we counted using groups, right? We had a couple ways to make groups. How do we show groups? How do we show groups? You had homework where you had to show groups. How did you show groups on that homework? What did you draw? Avery, what did you draw?
So can I say like the faces and stuff?
Sure.
So there's vases, and there were 6 in each vase.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that you write it. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you do, you write it, and then you write a times version of that, so that it's 4 groups of 6,
Mm-hmm.
and then you solve it.
Okay. So what model did you use? What model did you use? Listen to my question. What model did you use? Mason, turn around, please.
Well, I drew just squares, and then I drew 6 dots inside.
All right, so you could have groups like this, squares with some dots inside. You could have circles and dots. Right, you remember doing that with the banana problem that we did last week?
Yes.
You remember when we did counters? How did we arrange those counters? What was that called when we made our counters look a certain way? Made it easier for us to count. Cole?
Rows.
We had rows. That was one part of it. Callie?
Columns.
We had columns. What was it called when we organized something by rows and columns? Marley, do you remember?
Groups.
Not groups. It starts with an A. Julian, do you remember?
Addition.
Not addition, that's an action. That one?
Arrays.
We used arrays. That's when we organized our counters like this. Whoops, I don't know if it's going to write down there. Come on now. Look like this, where we had our rows and our columns. That's our array. So today we are going to be, Connor, find a new spot, please. We're going to be working on different ways that we can show multiplication, but either way we're counting in groups. Today we're going to be playing a game first. So I want to go over the directions of that game. This game is called Circles and Stars. If you would rather use X's or dots as opposed to stars, that is fine. It's not a requirement that it has to be a star. All right, so the way this is going to work is you're going to have a recording sheet. That's just a way for you to write down what you get. Let's pretend that Maverick and I are playing. There'll be a spot for player 1, and there will be a spot for player 2. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, go. Rock, paper, scissors, go. All right, Maverick's player 1. All right, cool. All right, so the way this is going to work is we are going to use a dice. Player 1 will roll the dice. Whatever number is on that dice, that is the number of circles that person is going to draw. All right, Mav, go ahead and roll that dice. What number did you get?
6.
Maverick got 6. So Mav, you're going to draw 6 large circles. Make sure I have some space too. Be careful writing too low because it gets really weird down there. I don't know why. Hold on. Quick pause. All right, now draw on the white screen. All right, so Maverick is doing 6 circles because he rolled a 6. Now it's my turn. Do you have the dice still? Yep. All right, I'm gonna roll. I got a 3, so I'm gonna draw 3 circles. Does that make sense? So far, so good? All right, next part, because I used a red marker. Next part, player 1 rolls the die. The number on the die represents the number of stars or dots or X's, whatever you want to use, in each circle. All right, so Maverick, go ahead and roll. Mav rolled a 1. That means in each circle, he's going to put 1 star, 1 dot, or 1 something.
Whatever.
You usually got to move it a little bit. Yep. That's right.
You didn't even touch the
That's
board.
Right. I know, it's weird. It's a weird board. All right, so he's got 1 dot in each. Julian, sit up, please. Connor, sit up, please. Now it's my turn. Oops. All right, I rolled a 2. That means in each of my circles, I'm going to put a 2. Now, one last one. Which player had the most stars or dots or whatever it is that you are counting? What is the difference in stars between player 1 and player 2? So, if I am trying to count my stars, or in this case, X's, I'm going to write this equation. 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals, what is 2 plus 2 plus 2 equal?
6.
How do I write that as a multiplication equation?
2 plus 2 plus 2.
How do I write that as a multiplication equation? Samaya, go find a new spot, please. Archer? Say that one more time. Do I have 2 groups of 3?
3 groups of 2.
I have 3 groups of 2, which equals 6. Let's try Maverick. What's going to be his addition equation? What is he going to write to add it all up? Lydia?
1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1.
Go ahead and write it, Mav, as best you can. Who thinks they can figure out Maverick's multiplication equation? That's a little trickier. Ava, what's going to be the multiplication equation?
6 groups of 1.
6 groups of 1. Can you write that as a multiplication equation? All right, what is 6 groups of 1 equal to? Julian? 6. Who won?
A tie.
It's a tie. It's a tie. I got 6 and Maverick got 6.
So whoever has
Then we will move on to the next round.
Oh, okay. So is it whoever has more?
Whoever has more wins that game. Does that make sense?
Yeah, easy.
So far, so good? So on the next blank page in your notebook, this is going to be your title. So on the next blank page in your math notebook, you're writing showing multiplication on a number line. You don't have to write the rest of it. We just need that top line, showing multiplication on a number line. So you should have your pencil writing those words as a title in your notebook, please.
Whoa.
We've been talking about ways to show multiplication. Just a second ago in your game, were you using a number line?
Yeah. No.
No. We were using circles to show our groups, and then X's or dots to show our numbers in that group. But you can show it on a number line, and I want to show you what that looks like. Raise your hand if you remember skip counting, maybe in 2nd grade. Skip counting. Did you ever jump on a number line to show your skip count?
No.
That's okay.
I don't use number lines.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to use that number line to show your skip counts. I want you to draw a number line. Before you do, I have very specific directions. You have straight lines printed in your notebook already. Mason, turn around, please. So you don't need to try and draw a straight line. You just need to trace one of the straight lines that are already in your notebook. When you draw a number line in 3rd grade, you have 2 pink lines. One of them is probably dark, one of them is probably light. You're always going to go pink line to pink line and trace that blue line that's already printed. So go ahead and draw a number line using the directions I just said. You're going to trace a blue line across your page, and you're going to go pink line to pink line. Connor, this is the part where you're drawing a number line.
Like that?
I'm going to borrow Paxton's because he's got it. He drew it, he traced a line that was already printed in his notebook. He didn't have to draw a straight line, he just used the one that was already there. And he went pink line to pink line. That is what it should look like. Your number line should not be sideways. You don't have to draw one. You can just trace a straight line that's already in your notebook. We're going to label this number line 0 to 10. So at the top, or at the beginning, I want you to put a 0. And at the end, I want you to put a 10. That's all I want you to do right now. Just a 0 and a 10. Emma, you got it written down? Ava, you got it written down? Oh, sorry about that. Then we're going to start with the middle number. Put a line in the middle of your number line. Right in the middle. Put a line right in the middle of your number line. What's the middle number between 0 and 10? Tamaya? It's not going to be 7. What is the middle number between 0 and 10? Emma?
5.
5. We're going to label that 5. Now that you know where 5 is, do you think you can figure out where 4 is going to go?
Yeah, right behind it.
Or maybe 6? Go ahead and fill out the rest. Make a spot for every other number. Your number line should look like my number line when you're done.
Who's that we were going to do it Monday?
Either above or below your number line, it doesn't matter. I want you to write this equation. 2 groups of 3 equals question mark, or you could just say box. Go ahead and write it. That's not the right answer, and I didn't ask you to answer. I asked you to write 2 groups of 3. Write that equation in your notebook. It could be above your number line, it could be below it. I don't really care. 2 groups of 3. Maya, what's that? Hang tight for 1 second, please. So we've got 2 groups. On a number line, that's going to mean 2 hops. 2 groups equals 2 hops. What if I had 7 groups?
7 hops.
7 hops. What if I had 1 million groups?
1 million hops.
1 million hops. Emma, what if I had 4 groups? 4 hops. Paxton, what if I had 3 groups?
3 hops.
3 hops. Bowen, what if I had 17 groups?
17 hops.
17 hops. All right, so we know we have 2 groups, 2 hops. Well, how big is 1 hop? Let's look at our other number. If we have 2 groups of 3, 1 hop is worth 3 numbers. So I'm going to start at 0, and I'm going to go a distance of 3 numbers. I'm going to pass 1, pass 2, and I'm going to land on 3. Do we see how I went a distance of 3 numbers?
Yeah.
Draw one hop that goes 3 numbers on your notebook. You should start at 0 and end at 3. That is one group or one hop of 3. I need 2 hops because I need 2 groups. Now what?
You go another 3.
I do another 3. Marley's on fire this morning. I do another jump of 3.
You go to 6.
There's my 3 numbers. Whatever number I land on is what 2 groups of 3 is equal to. Callie, what is 2 groups of 3 equal to? 6. Do we see I went one group of 3? Another group of 3.
What if you do another group of 3? That would equal 9.
If I went another group of 3, that would be 9. Callie, what's up?
Why does that on the 1 to the 3 look bigger and the 1 to the 6? I mean to the 6 now. It's only because
Are we talking about the hops?
Because
That's just because of how I've drawn it.
Yeah, one's higher, one's slower.
So far, so good. You want to try another one?
Yeah.
Try one more. Draw another number line. We know how to do it. 0
Line
to
to
10. Line to line. Trace the blue line that's already printed in your notebook. Trace the blue line that's already there.
I feel like the line gets longer as it goes down.
We're going to label it 0 to 10 again. We're going to label it 0 to 10 again. Once you've got your number line drawn, start with the middle. Find where 5 is going to go and label where 5 is going to go. Then you can label the rest of your numbers. Yes, ma'am. All right, we got 4 groups of 1. What is that going to look like on this number line? How many hops am I going to go if I've got 4 groups of 1? Colby, how many hops am I going to go?
4.
So our equation is 4 groups of 1. How many hops am I going to do? 4 hops. Those are my groups, right? How big hops?
4.
Not going to be 4.
4 hops.
4 hops. But how big are my hops? Do they go huge, little?
Little.
Are my hops big or little? Penelope, do you think big or little hops? What you think? Alright, what you think? Big or little hops? Why do you think little?
Because it's only one group.
Not quite. It's only 1. Not a group of 4, it's just 1. So we know, Penelope, that 4 means we're doing 4 hops. But that next number tells us how many numbers I need to skip. I'm only skipping by 1. Is 1 going to be a big hop or a little hop?
Little hop.
1 number? Little hop. So I'm going to start at 0, and I'm going to go 1 number. Where did I end up?
1.
Right on 1. That's only 1 hop. Samaya, how many hops do I have to do?
4.
Your name's not Samaya. 4. All right, I got to do another hop of 1 number. All right. That's 2 hops. I got to keep going. There's 3 hops. Find the other one. 4 hops. My ending number tells me what is 4 hops of 1 or 4 groups of 1. What is 4 groups of 1 word? Colby, you got this written down? Yeah, because you should probably not touch things that aren't on your desk book. Rogan, what is 4 groups of 1 worth? 4. 4 times 1 is 4. Alright, so the last thing that we're going to do, you may use your notebook. You can use me if you still need help.
Yes.
You don't even know if you need help yet. You've been doing fine. You may not use your neighbor. I want you to try it on your own. And you may eat snack while we're doing it. Don't get your snack out yet. I want to go over it so you know what to do. And then you may eat your snack while you're working. So don't get your snack out yet. I need a leader. Come help me pass them out, though. Direction.